Yeah, we had a post on socials the other day, me talking about whips a little bit. Throttle side, the way I describe whips to avoid confusion is throttle side down or clutch side down. And a lot of comments on that and a lot of questions at class as well. As soon as I start talking about scrubbing, it's very common for people to tell me that they have one direction that they're more comfortable going and they can't do it the other way. And I don't know why that happens in the first place. My theory is just that I think people learn it one direction and then never learn it the other way. I really think it's as simple as that. I always think back to my basketball days where you form the movement of a shot, the movement of what it's like to put up a foul shot or to do a shot, and keeping the elbow kind of straight, using the wrist. Simple movement, right? But to do that with the left hand, if you're not comfortable with it, I mean, some people couldn't do that movement with the left hand until you just do it enough. Same thing like a right hand layup versus a left-handed layup. You've just got to practice the movement. I spent an entire morning one time when I was little at my grandma's house shooting a basketball into her futon with my left hand because I was horrible at left-handed layups and I had no control with my left hand. So I'm like, I got to just get a feel of the ball on my wrist, letting go of my wrist, something. And I just kept shooting the ball into the futon with my left hand. And all it took was that one day, a few hours in that one day to form muscle memory to where if you gave me a basketball right now, I could stand at the foul line and probably make right off the bat a left-handed foul shot. Not quite as pretty as a right-handed one would be, but not far off. So when you're talking left versus right scrubs, throttle side versus clutch side down scrubs, you've just got to take time to develop the weak side. Or if you're starting from scratch and learning and you don't know how to do a scrub yet, don't let the weak side form. Practice both equally, and it's just forming the muscle memory of both. The reason it's important to learn both is because every track in the flow of a track will call for you to need to scrub one way or the other on the jump. If it's coming out of a left-hand turn and going into a left-hand turn, you're going to want to scrub and whip clutch side down and vice versa, right? So, and scrubbing can be effective and necessary sometimes for C-class riders or vet class riders because a lot of times they don't want to be clearing all the jumps to the downside. So if you can become really effective at soaking up vertically and then learning how to do a beginner style scrub where you're basically keeping the tires on the ground, really effective. Driver Jamie at 50 years old can do a super, super efficient scrub and get those tires right back to the ground. We teach the process of doing this in the Moto Academy app. It's how I would teach anybody how to scrub is find a good tabletop and practice with tires on the ground, essentially is the goal. So, and whips are same thing. You want to learn both directions. If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, you can do so on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to send in your own video submission, you can join us in the Moto Academy family inside of the Moto Academy app by just going to themotoacademy.com. That's also where you can sign up for a class. Okay, guys, see you next episode.